Hey y'all, welcome back. I am back. I am recovering from surgery, but I have really missed filming, editing, uploading, all of that. I literally just forgot about this for about 6 weeks because I had to focus on healing and doing all of the things that I need to do in order to heal. But I am back and we are starting off with one of my favorite kind of videos, and that is a base product declutter. My base product bin has just been overflowing and it has been so anxiety inducing. So we're going to go through everything in that bin and we're going to declutter so much, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope y'all are ready. Let's declutter. This is just my base product bin, and it's a little over full. So I do want to get down to a more manageable size. I have my project pan bin here, and there's other stuff in here. I literally have not touched most of this stuff since the end of September. So it's been more than a month. I'm filming this the second to last week in October. But right now, let's start getting rid of some stuff because that is what I am aching to do. This is all new stuff that I will be covering in another video. All right, so I went ahead and pulled out my base product drawer. Oh, you know what I did not pull out? Project pan stuff will be separate. So everything here is what I would include as base products. These are primers, color correctors, powders, concealers, foundations, skin tints, all of that stuff. I have a lot more concealers, and I have a lot more powders than I would like. So we're gonna do some culling real quick. We're gonna go through this little pile in front of me. This is the Auric Glow Lust. This stuff isn't going anywhere. I do wish the bottle was smaller and a little easy to store and use because it doesn't just sit on my vanity. But I do love this stuff. It's the only shimmer goo that I own, and it's not going anywhere. I guess you could call this, but this is an actual primer. This is the Dewy Skin from Ciate. This is like glowy and gripping, and it's what I would consider, for me, a primer. I don't use anything that's terribly gripping in my skincare. So if I need that effect, that's what I would go to my Dewy Skin for. Wow, I just kind of slid right back into it. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is a mini of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. I just don't like it. It's a little goopier than I would like, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. This is the YSL Touche Éclat. I'm still playing with this. I haven't really established hard and fast feelings about it, so I am gonna keep it around and keep playing with it. I have two what you would call color correctors. One is the Exa green color corrector. I love this stuff. I use so little of it, but it makes such a difference and it goes such a long way. Excuse you. My tabletop is not totally flat, so things want to roll on me. The Phytosurgence. This is one of their blushes, but it's in dust. This is a color corrector that is meant to be able to tone down things. So if they're too yellow, they're too pink, I can tone them down to a more natural skin tone level of pigment. I am going to keep it. I did make a video playing with a bunch of different products and mixing in this mixing this into all of them. I'll go ahead and link that if you're interested. All right, primers done and dusted. Yay. I'm going to move on to foundations because I didn't know I had so few. That is kind of galling in a good way. I think the word galling has a negative connotation. This is just like, whoa. All right, Lisa Eldridge in T1. This product was a benchmark in understanding my own undertones and my like skin color. Yeah, this is staying. This is in the lightest shade and I really like it. The Dior. Okay, I don't think that this is necessarily in the quote correct shade. I think it is a little dark. Yeah, it's a little bit pink and a little bit dark. Ooh, okay. What do I want to do? I'm going to hang on to this. It's an expensive foundation. It's really beautiful and I can work with the little bit of extra rosiness. I just have to blush up and bronzer up my neck. It is a beautiful stick foundation. Yummy Skin from Danessa Myricks. So this has taught me that regardless of the regardless of the type of product, even a skin tint can have too much coverage. This is in the shade 2. It is light enough, but it's just a hair yellow. Do I want to keep it and try to pan it? I will. All right. So I think I'm going to keep the Yummy Skin, but I am going to destine it. It is destined to be panned. The About Face, I honestly do not think, I don't think this is a shade that I can work with anymore. I'm becoming very visually sensitive to my own undertones. Although it does blend in nicely. It does, I will hang on to it. I will keep working with it. If I find myself in another 6 months not having used it, not really having made a decision, then I will declutter it. All right, so I have decluttered my foundations down to 3. I think it's better to declutter when I've had some distance from my collection and I have some space to breathe and really assess each product for what I know it to be. And what I know is that this CL powder is gorgeous. It's really pretty. And it is definitely going to stay. The House Labs is gorgeous. It really is a beautiful powder, but I do not like how large this component is. I mean, it's about 1/3 the size, 1/3 again, the size of the CL powder. I don't like how big this is. It does have a ton of product in there, but I think I'm going to sell this. I think somebody else could get a good amount of use out of this, whereas I won't, because in the battle of the loose powders, I will always reach for the CL. So this is my declutter it, pan it, sell it bin. The rest of these, I am going to declutter this Well People powder. There's nothing wrong with it per se. It's just really old. The brand has since repackaged it, renamed it. It is no longer the bio-based baked brightener. Thank goodness, that is a mouthful. And I think it's time to let it go. I do love this, and I might repurchase it further on down the line, but I'll purchase it in its new packaging under its new name and not use an old one. All right, so that leaves not an unheard of number of powders. Let's talk about the rest of these. The Kosas, I don't know what this is called. It's the Kosas powder. I love this powder. I really do. I love this powder, and it's gonna stay. The packaging is broken, but I think that's just a testament to how much I have loved having this powder in my life. These two are both gonna stay. This is the Make Beauty powder. This one's a little higher coverage than anything else I have here, but when I want full coverage, I don't necessarily need to have it in a foundation if I have it in a powder. I also have some pretty high coverage concealers. This is the NARS Translucent Light Reflecting Powder. This is still a bit of a puzzle to me, so I'm still gonna play with it. I've had this for a couple years now. It was a Christmas present from my brother. I believe I had a mini on my wish list and he got me the full size. So as long as I have it, I might as well give it its due. So those are my powders. And I am comfortable having 4 powders in my life. That's great. However, yikes. Yiketh. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 concealers is too many concealers. So there are a couple here that I know I'm going to declutter right off the bat. The Prisme Libre from Givenchy. I don't know if that's the actual pronunciation. I just like to butcher French. This is, I don't know what shade this is. It's on the bottom and it's teeny tiny. And I don't know what happened to my magnifying glass. So this is in shade C180. And I think it was fine for me when I first got it, but looking at it now, it is too dark. You can really see it, and it's just too dark. It's also almost gone. I have pulled out the stopper. We have had a whopper. It's time to say goodbye to the Givenchy concealer. It has been a lovely run, but I'm done with it. All right, one that I also think runs the gamut of being too dark is the Skin Concealer Stick from Bobbi Brown in Cool Sand. It looks almost pink on my hand. I always wondered why this just never seemed to do what it was supposed to do. And it's because it's too peachy and it's too dark. Well, I don't know that it's too dark. It's too peach. And I'm just, don't get me wrong, it's an expensive concealer, but I just never felt like it did what I needed it to do. How much of this? I used about half of it, and I don't know that I'm going to stress myself out trying to find somebody else to give this to. I'm just going to clean out the container and recycle it. NARS. So this is the matte concealer. Yeah, this is their matte concealer in shade 2.5 Creme Brulee. This is what I wore in their the creamy concealer. Beautiful concealer. But suddenly it is too dark. It's also too orange. It's way, way too orange. So this too is going to get the boot. Wow, we have done some coloring. Glossier, this is such a pretty concealer. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Yeah, it smells fine. It's a little old, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't off. That is like truly neutral, light enough. Yeah, that's why I love this so much. I haven't worn it in a really long time because I've had other concealers come into my life that have, you know, eclipsed it. That's the word. Eclipsed. Let's talk about Tower 28. This is another one I've had for a long time. I haven't gotten nearly the use out of it that I got out of the Givenchy. And that's because I think it's too orange now. You know, having some knowledge of my undertones really makes a difference. Oh yeah, you can see, right? It is just too orange. And I don't necessarily think it's too deep. I just think it's not the right shade for my skin. So that's number 3 that I'm decluttering. Okay. Tarte. So I haven't talked about this. It's one of those that I bought because there was a deal and I'd heard really good things about it. And I tried Tarte Shape Tape, the original concealer, and it made my under eyes look like raisins. I didn't understand why people loved that foundation or that concealer so much. But this is creamy and smooth. It is a little off, but it's a little bright, and that's fine. This is not going anywhere. This is one of my favorite concealers. It came into my life this year and just swept me off my feet. It has the prettiest finish of any of my concealers. This one just makes the skin look so smooth. Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, I forgot. Where are you? Oh, and spoiler for the lip stuff. This is one of the Rhode lip masks, the peptide lip treatments. I don't know what happened to mine, but it suddenly smells like gasoline. I don't know why, but it's getting the chop. The CL Skin Tint, this is one that I am still establishing a relationship with. So I will continue to work with it and I'll keep you informed. I am actually at 4 foundations. And then I have the one set aside, the Denasomyrix set aside to pan. All right, so these are the Ritual de Fille Soft Sorcery Concealers. I bought one and it turned out to be the wrong shade. So Credo gave me a credit and said, buy the correct shade, but keep the one you have or pass it along because we don't want to create more waste. And I respect the hell out of that methodology. I love it. All right, so what we have in teeny tiny letters. Oh my God, people, let's get some understanding for people who are visually challenged. I think I have like spell 11 and spell 20. Yeah, if I can find it, I'll put the shades on the screen. But let's look at these side by side because I really don't remember what the differences are. I do remember this being an absolutely lovely formula. I tried the lab sample a couple of years ago, like last spring, and it was dreadful. Okay, so the one on the left is definitely more peach. Yeah, that's this one. Just double checking. Yeah, okay. So this one that is far too peach for me is gonna go. And that leaves the lighter, more neutral shade to stay. So concealer wise, holy moly, 5 concealers gone. I think that may be one of the biggest base product declutters I've ever done. All right, we're going to move on. Oh my goodness, that I feel so much lighter. This bin, I feel like, has been weighing me down. I've been looking at it like, oh my God, I can't see anything. That's going to do it for today's base product declutter. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves so you can take care of each other. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Oh, the other half of my brush cup. I have my paintbrushes in the other one, and now I can separate them. Ooh. That's for my paintbrushes, not my makeup brushes.